What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we continue the Gauntlet Series for the Noble FoKus Amadeus Earbuds. Now, they had a really great opening round. They were pushed to the limit by the PI8s. It was a great head-to-head. Again, huge shout out to those who participated in the poll to elect them as the opening round opponent. So in this one, their opponent will be the Bang Olufsen Beoplay 11s. And that's going to be, this should be a very interesting one as well. Another heavy hitter for the Amadeus to see exactly how they would do. This is going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to see price specs and app breakdowns for either one of these earbuds, I'll leave links in the description below to my unboxing videos for both. I'll also leave links to where you can find or buy one or both of these if you are interested. All right, so let's go ahead and take a real quick look at each of these. As you can see, obviously, they are two different form factors. You got the in-ear version with the Amadeus. You got the stem style with the 11s. Both of them have a very clean design look. I love the face plates on both of them. The Bang & Olufsen, again, just, reminiscent of the EX with the 11s, but I do love the glass cover with the Bang & Olufsen logo there, and you got the metallic rim around it. Very classy looking, clean but classy. And of course, you got that with Noble and their lineup with that marble type look. I love the red and black on the Amadeus. Looks so sharp. I am rocking stock ear tips for both. I've got the double flange ear tip on the Amadeus, whereas I have the large stock ear tip for the Beoplay 11s. So both of them very comfortable to wear long term. So this is going to be a very interesting head-to-head. I can't wait to see how this plays out. So let's go ahead and put these back in. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go through. We're going to have the testing of the mics and the noise canceling. And then we're going to come back and do the sound test. Stay strapped in. This is a mic test with the Noble FoKus Amadeus Earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Noble FoKus Amadeus Earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Noble FoKus Amadeus Earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Noble FoKus Amadeus Earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay 11 earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay 11 earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay 11 earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Bang & Olufsen Beoplay 11 earbuds in a crowded location. All right, we are out for an ANC test with the Noble FoKus Amadeus Earbuds as we have them in. Right now, we are currently in ambient mode. I don't know if you guys can see that. They're on the phone. And I can say I can hear everything going on. I got traffic going back and forth behind me. Behind that, we got the railroad yard. You may hear that as well. Some trains going by and stuff. So right now, with an ambient sound on, everything sounds nice and clear. There's no like muffled sound or anything like that. So we're doing a really good job. Or they're doing a really good job. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and switch these guys into noise canceling mode. Now, before I do that, I just want to let you know I am not listening to any music at all during the course of this test, and I have went ahead and switched to the large double flange ear tips to get a more secure fit and also help out with the noise canceling as well. So let's go ahead and turn noise canceling on. All right, just got the notification that ANC has been turned on, and they did get a lot quieter with the vehicles going back and forth. Is it blocking out everything? No, it's not, but it did get a lot quieter, in my opinion. It could be a little bit better. And again, I could see it, I could hear some of the tires on the asphalt, but it's not completely blocking out all sound. So if I had to rate these between 1 and 10, 1 being the absolute worst, 10 being the best, I would have to go with a 7 on these ones. Again, even with the double flange ear tips, they do a decent job, but they don't do a great job. So again, a solid 7 works for me with these headphones with these ear tips in. And I think I'm gonna go with that. So yeah, we're good there. So this has been ANC Test with the Noble FoKus Amadeus Earbuds. All right, we are out for an ANC test for the Bang Olufsen Beoplay 11 earbuds. You have them in. Right now, we are currently in transparency mode. So let me paint the picture. We got traffic behind me going back and forth. We had slight wind that was here a minute ago. It's gone now, might come back. But a beautiful day for a test. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put these guys in noise canceling mode. Well, actually, before we do that, let's back up. Let me tell you about the transparency mode. It's very clear. I can hear the traffic with no problem whatsoever. It's doing a great job. The birds chirping, I can hear all that with no problem. Nothing sounds muffled or processed or anything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into noise canceling. Noise canceling has been turned on, and sadly to say, there's no change. Well, I'm sorry, there's a slight change. I can still hear the cars and everything. I can still hear that bird chirping. It just got maybe a tick quieter, okay? Unfortunately, it's not doing what I hoped it would do. I was really hoping that they would improve this, and apparently it's not doing it. Two things, I am using the Comply foam ear tips. They came with the earbuds, and I actually sat for about 10 minutes just to make sure that the foam formed with my ear canal. That way I'm getting a really good seal and everything. And 2 is I'm not listening to any audio whatsoever. This is just the strength of the noise canceling on the earbuds. And yeah, it is what it is, unfortunately. So if I had to rate these, 1 being absolute trash and 10 being the best ever for noise canceling, I have to give these guys I give them 1. An honest 1. The noise canceling is awful. And I just no other way to look about it. All right, so this has been the ANC test for the Bang Olufsen Beoplay 11 earbuds. All right, we are back in for the sound test. We're going to start off with the Amadeus earbuds. We are in the Noble FoKus app. I just want to quickly show you guys my EQ settings here. All right, don't want to rush that. All right, so now we'll go back and I'll show you my EQ curve that I have for them. Also, just wanted to let you know that I do have LDAC turned on for these earbuds. I didn't mention it in episode 1. That was a mistake of mine. But I do have LDAC turned on here in the phone. We go into their details. We do have LDAC turned on. So I did not mention it in the first episode, but it was on in there as well. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to put noise canceling on for these guys. We've got our first song already queued up. Let's make sure we had our optimal listening level here. There we go. Let's go ahead and flip the camera. We're going to put these in the right way. Okay, just going to make sure. All right, we are in. They're in, rather. Let's see, make sure we do a quick test. All right, we are definitely hooked up. All right, here we go. Song number 1, Amadeus. Let's get it. Nice sound, nice volume. Don't have to worry about turning it up. Good detail. Again, I like the background vocalists come in, they filling in the spot in the space. Excuse me. Very clear. Again, I love the fact that I don't have to turn these up. Again, you're getting the enunciation of words. The B's, P's, and T's are popping. The her breathing rhythm, fantastic. Again, I love the harmonizing, very clear. All right, again, lean a little warm, but got great clarity on them, and it just sounds so clean. I love the enunciation of the words and everything, and I just love the detail. They did a really good job. And again, the background vocalist, nice and clear, and filling in that space behind the lead vocalist. All right, so let's go ahead and switch over to the 11s, check out their app settings, and see how they handle song number 1. All right, back in, we got the Bang Olufsen 11s paired up. We're in their app right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at my EQ settings. All right, there we go. All right, so here's my settings here. A little bit on the energetic side with high bass. I like that. I think I get a really good sound out of them that way. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put these guys. They're already in noise canceling mode, so we're going to leave them there. Let's go ahead and check our volume level. Now, all right, we're good. All right, so let's go ahead and get our first song queued up. Let's get the camera flipped. Now, I didn't have my cutaway on in the first app part, so we're going to make sure we put it on now. There we go. All right, so here we go. Let's get these guys locked in. All right, we are in. All right. Quick test to make sure that we are funneling music to the right earbuds. I just want to make sure we locked in decent. All right. Now I just want to quickly do a double check, make sure noise canceling is turned on. Nope, it's all right. Now noise canceling is on. All right, here we go. All right, song number 1, Bang Olufsen Beoplay 11s. Let's get it. All right, I like the clarity. A little low sounding, so let's go ahead and turn that up a little bit. Okay, right there. They're good there. Nice clarity. It seems like they have a wider sound stage, too, in comparison to the Amadeus. Nice nuance with the enunciation of words, the B's, the P's, the T's. Very clear. Good detail, too. And I love how the background vocalists are filling in that space. It does sound like it got a wider soundstage with these. They sound like they're spread out a little more, which is great. Gives you that stage type of feel. It's really good. I like the way that they sounded right there. All right. Again, little low with I had to turn it up a couple notches to get it on the equal footing with the Amadeus. But once I got them there, they sound really, really good. All right, so let's go ahead and get over to our bass song, see how they handle. All right, we are back in for the bass song. We got E40, You and That featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl. I'm going to switch this up a little bit. Moving forward, so if you got another song that you think got some really good bass and everything, leave it in the name of the artist and the title of the song in the comments. I can go ahead and check that out, and we can possibly add that to the list, and we can go ahead and use that. I want to mix up the bass songs a little bit. All right, so we got the Amadeus in. Let me go ahead and flip the camera. Let's get our cutaway back. All right, here we go. Song number 2, Amadeus, our bass test. Let's get it. Woo! Yes, that bass is punching right here. Yes. And the fadeaway is silk. With, again, ripples in the pond is the best way I could describe it. Fantastic. All right, T-Pain comes in, sounding nice and clear. The auto-tune, smoothed out, still tinny, but not piercing. Let's turn this up a bit. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so good. All right. All right, let's come back. Let's come back. All right, because that's sinister. Oh, so clean. E40 comes in, nice and clear. Oh, that's, again, that bass. Again, the bass on them. Oh, it was so good. It met you at the door. Like, it hit you right at the door. So it was nice punch. Fade away was like silk. Again, ripples in the pond. You wanted to go away slowly, not abruptly in. And it just sounds so clear. The vocalist, nice and clear. And the auto-tune, still tinny, but not piercing of the ear, making it very uncomfortable to listen to. All right, let's go ahead and swap these out for the 11s. All right, we putting them guys in. Make sure they locked in. All right, we are locked in here. And do a quick test, make sure. All right, we good. All right, here we go. Beoplay 11s. Song number 2. Let's get it. I like that bass. Met you at the door. A little low sounding. But I love the bass sound. It sounds smooth. And that fadeaway is really good. All right, let me turn this up a little bit. Oh, this is where it should be. Right here. At 65%, 65%, this should sound like this. Because that bass is nice. And it fades away. Lovely. T-Pain sounds nice and clear. No tinny. No piercing sound. Sorry. No piercing sound, but the tinny sound is... The tinniness of auto-tune is still there. E40 coming in. Again, vocals nice and clear. Again, I'm still at a higher volume level right now. That's not where... That bass is sick. At that point, where it is right now is how it should sound at 65% in my opinion. But man, once you get up there, that bass is ridiculous. It punches so hard and everything. I just feel as though I shouldn't have to be that high of a volume on these earbuds to get that sound. So, all right, I digress. Okay, but man, once it gets up there, clarity is fantastic. Bass is wonderful. It's a really, really good sound. All right, let's go ahead and get into song number 3. All right, we back in for our final song. Home by Kenny G. We got this is an all instrumental song, by the way. We've got the Amadeus is on or in the ear. So we'll go ahead and cut that camera. We'll flip that camera over. Then we're going to put our cutaway in. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Song number 3, FoKus Amadeus. Let's get it. Right off the bat, nice, crisp keyboard. Ooh, I love that transition from the high to the low keys. That low bass grabs you. Very clear. Oh, that saxophone is silk. Very clear. And again, the low keys on the keyboard here, you're still getting that nice prominent sound. Nice detail there. Very clear. Oh, It just sounds so clean. All right, I could listen to that the whole time. I'm sorry, I got a little quiet. I was focusing on the actual song and the instruments on it. Again, great balance with the keyboard and the saxophone. Saxophone, of course, so crisp. And then you got the keyboard. I love that transition. Just loved it how it went from the high keys to the low keys, and you felt it. You felt the transition, and with the little slight rumble there, you felt it. And then you got to the low keys. But then, like I said, the low keys then continued to play a prominent. You know, you could hear it during the course of the song when the low keys were struck on the keyboard. You got that nice little subtle rumble in there during the course of the song, and that's detail that some earbuds miss, and I like the fact that they picked it up. All right, let's go ahead and pop these out. We're gonna swap these guys in real time. All right, we got the Beoplay 11s in. They are locked in. Quick test. All right, we there. Here we go. Song number 3. Bang Olufsen Beoplay 11s. Let's get it. Okay, nice crisp sound there from the high keys. Good transition from the high to the lows. You hear the rumble. Saxophone sounds very clear, very crisp. Again, nice. I got to turn this up. All right, here we go. Man, right here is the sweet spot for these these earbuds. Very clear. Again, you're getting the subtle rumble from the low keys on these ones as well, so they're picking up that detail too. I love the balance. Again, I love the balance with the keyboard and saxophone and on these as well. I just, the potential is there, man. The potential is there. I just wish I didn't have to turn them up. All right, man, that sounds good though. All right, so what we're gonna do? We get this all cleaned up. We're gonna come back. We're gonna break all the categories down, and then we're going to pick our winner here of episode 2. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in, and this has been a really good head-to-head. I just wish that the potential on the Bang & Olufsen's were met like the way I like them. Let's go ahead and break this down real quick. I'm getting sidetracked here. All right. As far as pricing, I will give the point to the Amadeus. They are the cheaper of the ones at the time of my purchase, so they will get the point there. As far as app goes, again, I will give that to the Amadeus as well. I think the only thing that really hurts the Bang & Olufsen app is the fact that equalizer, that circle, it should give you a graphic equalizer on there. So I would give them both a point, but that's the one that puts the Noble FoKus app over top on that one. All right. So then you go into the mic test again. Amadeus, noise canceling. Amadeus yet again. The noise canceling on these guys is just awful, in my opinion. I did switch out earbuds. A lot of people say it did improve a little bit. It got better. It did get better than what it was during the testing, but not by much. So again, they kind of let me down with that. I don't know. Maybe a firmware update will help out or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, the noise canceling needs to be improved on these a little bit more. Again, like I said, I changed out the ear tips, and it did give me a better noise canceling experience. But I will go with the Amadeus. Give them the point on that. Now, when it comes to the sound, first song, both of them did a really fantastic job. As far as the vocalist, the Amadeus leaned a little warm in comparison to the Beoplay 11s, but they both gave me the clarity of both the lead vocalist as well as the two background vocalists, and I love how it filled in that space in both of these earbuds. They did a fantastic job there. Moving on to our second song, the bass song with auto-tune, T-Pain. They both did great at smoothing out that tinny auto-tune sound, so it wasn't as piercing to the ear, which some earbuds do that. And it gave me really good bass punch, and the fadeaway was great on both of them. Again, this just the volume on the 11s, man. I just wish they should. I turned them up, and I got up to that close. I guess I was about 80, 75. I would say 75% level, and that's how they should sound at 60 or 65 in that gap. They should sound like that, and they don't, and it's just drives me crazy. But they have great potential. But again, they both did a good job as far as the particulars of that song. Moving into our third song, again, the Amadeus, that transition from the high keys to the low keys at the beginning with the keyboard, that transition, it grabs you because that bass, the low end really jumps out at you, and it stays out jumping out at you during the course of the song, which is great detailing. When it comes to your tuning and stuff, you're able to get those sounds to really be prominent or really show up when you need them to. Did a really great job there. The saxophone crisp on both earbuds. Again, just fantastic. Now the transition when using the Beoplay 11s was definitely there, but it wasn't on the level of the Amadeus. I mean, in comparison to it. You could definitely hear the transition. You can hear the bass and everything, but you could not hear it. You didn't feel it like I did with the Amadeus. So they did mids and high, not mids and high, sorry, but the saxophone, keyboard, the crispy sound. They did all that. Again, I had it up at a higher volume level in order to match the Amadeus. So, but even then, they did a really good job. I mean, the potential was definitely there with the 11s. I just hope Bang Olufsen lives up and drops an update that will help them out. All right. With all that being said, man, it's an easy pick for a win on this one. I'm going to have to go with the Amadeus on this. Nice pricing, better mics, better noise canceling, better overall sound. I'm gonna back it up. The sound on these, if you measuring sound per sound, I think they're pretty close. But man, these guys don't have volume. They don't have volume. And again, that's one of the things that one of the three boxes that I check. You gotta have good bass, you have good sound as far as your mids and highs, and you have to have volume. And again, this is one of the ones that don't check that box. It has really great sound. They sound fantastic if you're just going on if you listen to how they sound. The 11s sound great. They give you really good bass again, but you have to turn them way up to get to that point. And in my opinion, you shouldn't have to. But I do keep these around more so than my EXs, which was a complete disappointment. I don't care what anyone says. But these guys were a step in the right direction. Hopefully, Bang Olufsen will drop an update, maybe put LDAC or do something on these to improve that sound on these, improve the volume on these, not the sound, but the volume, improve that noise canceling, improve that. Just let's go. All right. So again, my winner of this one is the Noble FoKus Amadeus Earbuds. This will wrap up episode 2 of the Gauntlet Series for the Amadeus Earbuds. If you like what you see, go and hit the like button if you want to join me as I continue to do videos like this and others. We've got 3 other episodes coming up, so you definitely want to make sure you are subscribed and hit the notification bell so that way you're notified when those videos drop and all the other ones I got coming up. And yeah, and you'll be notified, so that way you'll be ready to rock and roll with us. Again, we just surpassed 9,000. I'm going to say 900,000. We just passed 9,000 subscribers, on our way to the 10K mark. I'm very appreciative. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and trusting me, and with your thoughts and stuff, and doing these reviews and everything. I really, truly appreciate it. We're on our way to 10K. When we cross that threshold, we're gonna have us a party here on the channel. So I'll let you know when that happens, but we are definitely having that. So again, thanks a lot for you guys spending time with me, and I will see you on the next one.